Well, joining us via Abuja studios is the YPP National Publicity Secretary, and that's Young Progressives Party, Comrade Wale Igbeola. He joins us from our Abuja studios. If you can hear me, good to see you. Would you say that your party, the YPP, did well in the last presidential and National Assembly elections?
Well, I didn't get the question. However, I want to believe that your question is predicated on a rejection of the results of the election.
Yes, but just before the rejection, Mr. Igbeola, just before that, how do you think your party fared in the last exercise?
Well, I think there's no way we would have been able to actually be able to assess that objectively if the system has not been flawed as we have been complaining about. However, the fact that we're able to still pick something out of the flawed process, I think is something worthy of commendation. Because as it stands, the YPP remains the only political party that was able to deliver a senatorial candidate. And that is the person of Dr. Patrick Ifeanyi of the Young Progressives Party for Anambra South. And I think that is worthy of commendation.
So you've also rejected the results. You've also rejected the results, but some would say that if perhaps your candidate had won, you probably would have applauded the process.
Let me correct this impression. There's no way our candidate would have emerged from the present system. It is an heavily flawed, political process, and no credible candidate would have emerged from such a process. So the notion that if our candidate had won, that we would have rejected the result may not even arise in the first place.
Let's talk about voter apathy. They say not a lot of people came, 35.6%. Where did all the voters go, especially the young voters?
Why we want to commend Nigerians for coming out despite the postponement, of the election, we want to say to a large extent that also accounted for that voters' apathy. Yet, let's also commend Nigerians for showing resilience and still coming out, to vote, en masse as it stands, under the present circumstance that we found ourselves after the postponement. Well, I think with more voters' education and as we continue to improve the electoral process, I think it will bring about more inclusion, of voters, Nigerian voters.
Finally, would you be going to court like some other candidates have hinted? And do you see a coalition to consolidate in the future?
Yes, let me answer the second question first. For a coalition, it is very much possible going forward. Going to court, well, that is entirely at the discretion of the National Executive Committee of the Young Progressives Party on whether we'll be going to the tribunal, whether we'll be going to court or not. But let me clearly state this, that as far as I'm concerned, going to the tribunal might not even be necessary because we are not even confident in that the judicial system will be able to deliver judgment that will be favorable, because we are among the political parties who actually advocated and kicked against the federal government not following due process in removing the SY Chief Justice of the Federation.
Right.
So, well, that is still left at the discretion of the NEC. In due time, I think it will be made known to Nigerians if actually we'll be going to the tribunal.
We'd like to thank you, Wale Igbeola, the YPP National Publicity Secretary, for joining us on Lunchtime Politics.